Hello and welcome to this episode of Nick of Time. Now, I want to get this. This might be a very fast episode. I'm gonna try to go through all the matchups and everything. I got the matchups up here. Now, my first game here, we got to get right into it. Hopefully, you like and subscribe if you like this type of content. We're going through every single first round matchup. I'm gonna give my thoughts on it. I'm gonna give a prediction. That's me about it. First matchup: Bucks versus Pacers. Now, the big thing about this is I don't think that the Bucks have enough to slow this Pacers team down offensively. They don't have enough, and they also don't have Dame. So it's about like until when are you gonna have Dame? I know Dame got blood clot injury. He is kind of now he's gonna be relieved from that injury. Gonna miss game one. I don't know if he's gonna miss game two. I don't know if he's gonna miss game three. Have no clue. But I do think that this is the Pacers win. I think in five the Pacers take this because you know Siakam's a guy that can fit in any role on the whatever role they want to be. They want to be a scorer, a passer, a facilitator, a guy that can work off Tyrese. Tyrese can really just carve up that Milwaukee Bucks defense that absolutely sucks. He can also get to the paint and draw too, get inside of that Bucks defense. Yeah, I mean, the second best player on this Bucks team is Kyle Kuzma, so that's gonna tell you about it for the Bucks. So I would say Pacers in five or six. If Dame comes back for game two, I'm gonna hedge it. I'm gonna say I think Pacers in six. If Dame comes back, if Dame doesn't come back for game two, Pacers in five. Clippers versus Nuggets. Now, this is a big one. I think the Clippers win this series. I'm a big fan of this Clippers team. I really am. Norm Powell, James Harden, Kawhi. They were fine with James Harden, Norm Powell. Now they just add Kawhi Leonard, a 20-point per game scorer, to this team. And playoff Kawhi is also ridiculous. But again, for this Nuggets team, I don't really have a consistent scorer on the perimeter. Jamal Murray is fine. I think he's fine. If he becomes playoff Jamal Murray, then it changes my whole entire thoughts on the series. But because they don't have a big time secondary shot creator, so Jokic is to create everything. And I know Jokic is great, but him having to create everything in a long 7 game series or a long 6 or 5 game series, that is really, really difficult. Um, There is also a bunch of spot up shooters that can go cold in a minute. Like Michael Porter Jr. doesn't show up, then he's a nothing burger. Can't He's not the best defensive player, and he also doesn't facilitate the ball. So Christian Braun's a very solid role player, but I mean he's a very solid role player. Defends well and shoots the three ball, so he'll play no matter what. But yeah, I mean the role players for the Nuggets are good, but I don't think it's enough to beat the Clippers, and especially with them not having a. If Jamal Murray turns this into that primary score on the perimeter, fine. I'll say Nuggets in seven, but I think I'm gonna stick with it that the Clippers have too much, and also Zubac's gonna get his stuff, get secondary chances, opportunities for them. He's gonna be big for them in the paint. Also, Harden in a pick and roll with dealing with Jokic, and I just think that's too much for Nikola. I think it is too much. Um, and the new coach, I think that's all too much for the Nuggets to overcome. I say Clippers in six. No, yes, Clippers in six. Now, looking here at a great matchup between the Wolves and the Lakers, I'm just going for size. I think size impacts the series in this series. Um, just them having Nasri, Julius Randle, and Rudy Gobert is a lot for a team to handle. It really is. Especially a team like the Lakers who just have Jack Hayes, the one big guy. A lot for them to handle. I know how they can do stuff with Luca coming off pick and rolls and just toying with the big man, but I think it's fine if Rudy Gobert gets toyed with because you can take him out now you have Nasri and Julius Randle. So I think you're fine there. You kind of have an adjustment for everything. Like if if Luca kills Rudy Gobert defensively, and Rudy Gobert doesn't give you anything offensively, I think you pull the plug and you say, Rudy Gobert, take a seat for a few minutes. Or you put Nasrito, who will still probably get toyed with defensively, but can give me stuff offensively. I think the Minnesota Timberwolves get too many second chance opportunities. I think their defense, I think they match up well. I mean, you put LeBron on Julius. You put Julius and LeBron. You put Nickeil Alexander-Walker on Reeves, and you put Jalen McDaniels on Luca. I think you roll with that. You really do. And it just matches you up very well. And then also you just have the inside where you could just man that middle. So, and also Jaden McDaniels do a great job getting over screens. So I think there'll be some plays where Luca won't just toy with them. I think Jaden McDaniels does a very good job getting over screens and all that type of stuff. And also, if Reeves wants to get in the paint, I think Nickeil Alexander-Walker will do a pretty good job at containing that. So I think they'll do a pretty good job containing Reeves. I just don't know about the LeBron and Luka. It's gonna be hard to contain them. But I think the Minnesota Timberwolves will have enough, and I think they have enough in 7. I think it's gonna be a big time series, a big time, battle of who's tougher, and a battle of who can make the most adjustments. And I feel like Chris Finch has that in the bag. And not saying JJ Redick. I love JJ Redick, but I just feel like Chris Finch is the more veteran coach, and also just his team being more physical at the end of the day. In a 7-game series, I feel like I give him the edge. You got Grizzlies versus Thunder. That's gonna be I'm gonna go Thunder in 5. I think Grizzlies steal a game. They do. They're big, and they can kind of win a game by just Ja Morant, Desmond Bain, and Jaren Jackson just being unguardable. Not unguardable, but like just shipping in with 20 points each. That's 60 points, and then you just gotta let your other role players just cook. Now Magic versus Celtics. We don't even need to talk about this. I mean, Celtics is 4. Celtics in 4. Heat versus Cavs. I'm gonna say Cavs in 5. I'm gonna fall for it. I'm gonna fall for the whole Heat can win one game trade. I'm gonna fall for it because I think the Heat are fine. I think the Heat are decent. I think Bam Hero that action with also having Wiggins on the side of it could win you a game. They have Wiggins for Mitchell. They have Wiggins for Mitchell, Donovan Mitchell. They have Wiggins for Donovan, and they have Davion for Garland. That's enough to win a game. It's enough to win a game. I have a feeling about that. Eric Spoelstra is going to win a game by just his smarts and the way he can coach. So I think that's going to be it. I think they're gonna push the right buttons for a game. And that's gonna be it for them. They're gonna win that because they can push the right buttons and they put on the right matchups. I don't think this Cavs team is unbeatable, so we'll see. And I'm on the Knicks bracket, so that doesn't matter, but we'll see. I don't think this Cavs team is unbeatable. I don't think they're gonna win like 16 games in a row. I don't think about that, but I think they're pretty good, but they won't win every single game. Rockets versus Warriors. It's a weird match because it's gonna be a good matchup. It's gonna be a very good matchup. Old versus new, and I think the Rockets are just too physical. They just have a too physical of a team to, and I don't feel like the Warriors are that good. This might be a little bit of a popular opinion. I don't think they're that good. Like besides Curry and Jimmy, I don't really trust anybody else. Draymond, he stinks. Sorry. Buddy Hield stinks. Podziemski is fine. Moody is fine. They don't play Kuminga. So the GP2 is good. He's really good. But besides that, you don't have a lot. I think Rockets in 5. I really think Rockets in 5. But I'm not saying this Rockets team is going to lose. I think this Rockets team may lose in the second round, but I have a feeling it's going to be Rockets in 5. Because of the way they play and the way their defense can definitely cater towards what the Warriors want to do. Having Amen Thompson on Steph Curry, not saying that I will stop him because Steph Curry is probably the greatest. I was going to say one of the greatest players of all time, the best shooter of all time. So it's gonna be hard for them to actually like absolutely stop him. But I think that Amen Thompson on Curry having that matchup, and then you have Dylan Brooks on Jimmy. I think that is Dylan Brooks on Jimmy. That's going to be stopping them. And you also have your other guys, and you have Şengün under the rim um, with his passing, and also thinking that when you have a hub like that in the playoffs, and that really helps you get easy looks and a handoff. You can go a handoff with Şengün, Jalen Green. I think Jalen Green's gonna have. This is gonna be his time to show up. He's their star players, their number one scorer. This is his time. That's my kind of thing on the Rockets this playoffs. This is Jalen Green's time to shine. Now going to the Knicks versus Pistons. This one, I think that my fan prediction is Knicks in 4. That you shouldn't even give up a game. Honestly, I don't think they should give up a game. I don't think they should, but they will. But they will. Um, yeah, I think that the Pistons do a lot of things well. Getting Cade Cunningham the shots, I think as well, but I think one blemish in his resume is the turnovers and how they're getting those turnovers. They're getting those turnovers off of just hard traps. So I think the Knicks can do a little bit of that if they don't trap him, but you're really mad. So then they need to bring two. They need to bring two. They need to get the ball of his hands. They need to make not just get a ball of his hands. I don't want to say that, but just for him to turn the ball over. You get a turnover here and there. If you bring two hard, but I think they should start Mitch and Cat. This is the series. This is the series to start Mitch and Cat. This is the absolute series because you can have OG on the ball with Mitch defending the paint. So you can have Duran and Cade screen, which are a nice pick and roll. That's a very nice pick and roll duo. But if OG on the ball and Mitch is dropping, not a lot you can do. Those are two of the best defenders in the league. Those are one of the best defenders in the league. And that's not a lot you can do about that. So I think that's going to be the key. Do they start Cat and Mitch? And if they do, it's going to be a very slugfest of a series, and the Knicks win that. They honestly do. And I think the Knicks win that easily. They're the more built team because they have the OG and the Mitch. They have all the cards. They hold all the cards. They have Mitchell Robinson on their side. They can change it in a second. They could be like, let me take Mitchell Robinson out. Let's run a faster paced game, a more scoring paced game. We could do that in a second. But now that they bring in Mitch in, they could slow the game down themselves. So that is going to be a thing. And I think the Knicks want to slow the game down, get the game slowed down, and get easy buckets for Jalen Brunson. Let it, not easy buckets, but let the ball slow it down because that's where Jalen Brunson wants to play in a slow down setting. Not saying that he can't score in a fast setting, but when you slow it down, you get Jalen Brunson to the spots he wants to get to, and you run the actions for Jalen Brunson that you want. So that's going to be the big key. I want them to start Mitch and Cat. I want to see a lot of Mitch and Cat. That will change the series for the Knicks. And the Knicks, if they do that, they win in 4. If they don't do that, I think they win in 6. So that is my prediction. See you next time. Let's go, Knicks. Subscribe. Peace out.